Hey guys, it's Quickly again with another ROM review, and this time I've got the Dirty Unicorn for the OnePlus 3, so stay tuned for that. So guys, if you have ever been using a custom ROM like AOKP, Science and Mod, chances are you have already heard of the Dirty Unicorn ROMs. Now this used to be a different version of AOKP ROM as a base, and it has a lot of features taken away from a lot of other ROMs. Now, so let's get started. Now, first of all, this is the lock screen. This is the launcher, which is basically the trebuchet kind of launcher, so you do have that. Let's go to the settings now. In the settings menu, in the about phone page, you can see that this is info about DU, so you can actually go with all of this. So it does right now say that what it is and how it is right now, and you do have all of this. There is a list of supported devices, and OnePlus 3 is one of that. So this is an official version, but this is one of the weekly releases because there is no stable version available right now. There are test versions and there are weekly releases, so that is really cool. So you do have all of these available. Now here is the crew, which is basically the developers, so you can actually click them and go to their websites. There is also a changelog section where you can see what are the changelogs in the weeklies and official. This particular version is the weekly, so you can go and check what the changelogs are in the weekly edition. So these are the ones which are changed in the weekly, so that is also really nice to see. It does have an updater function which fetches the latest zip file, and you can flash it directly. So as you can see, for my device there are 3 weeklies available. I am on the 16 version. Now this version is 10.5, which I will be getting into. As you can see, this is for the OnePlus 3. The Android version is 6.0.1. Security patches is the August one, which is one of the latest ones. The Dirty Unicorn version is weekly 10.5, so that is the latest version available right now. Kernel version is Dirty Stuff, which is a really nice name. So yeah, SLS status is permissive. You will be finding a lot of settings in here. Now this is a feature rich, feature heavy ROM, so you are going to get a lot of stuff, so stay tuned in that. In the dirty tweaks is where almost all the features live. So in the animation, you do have the AOKP style animation settings where you can customize everything regarding the animations on this ROM, so that is really nice. Expanded desktop is available for different applications. LCD density can be customized to any of these, or you can have it to change to anything, even custom. So that is something which I really appreciate. Not many ROMs give you the option for a custom DPI setting. So yeah, miscellaneous tweaks, you do have brightness control, disable that. It does have the host files enabled, so you just need to enable the flicker. Status bar task manager is something which is available. You can enable that here, and it does work out. I really like that. Flashlight notification, whenever flashlight is on, it will give you a notification. Mirrors can behave on boot. Scrolling cache can be enabled, disabled. Disable the FC notifications. Now strangely enough, I haven't had any FC issues on this ROM yet, because I've been using this for 2-3 days and I really didn't have any FC issues yet, so that is something pretty cool. SLX mode is permissive, and here is where you can select it to be permissive or in the other mode, because a few applications does require it to be in one or the other. So yeah, screenshot option is available. Whenever you take a screenshot, you can actually have the options pop up for crop and share or delete. Power menu customization, you can customize whatever appears in the power menu, so you can have that. You don't reboot, you can just not have reboot there, so that is also really cool. System app remover, it does have system app remover, but again, I personally will not be asking anyone to use that, because you can actually mess up a lot by removing a system application. So yeah, it does have wake clock blocker, which is always nice to have. In the lock screen option, you do have the bottom lock screen settings where you can customize the bottom ones. Clock and font can be customized to it whatever you want. I personally like Roboto Bold, which is my favorite one, and you can see this is Roboto Bold now. Mid-screen shortcuts is available, which is basically a slim ROM setting, and that is customizable. Wallpaper and miscellaneous configuration. You can even have a lock screen torch by long pressing the power button, so that is also available. Lock screen alpha can be customized. Changing charging current can be displayed on the lock screen whenever you are connected to the charger, so that is also available. Lock screen notification count can also be customized and displayed on the lock screen, so that is amazing. Now weather widget, this is the basic C clock widget, so you do have option to customize all of that, and you can enable the status bar widget and widget on this lock screen. Status bar option, you can do have the option to change the battery style. You can have icon portrait, circle, all of this is available. Even a battery bar is available where you can customize into all of these. Carrier label, you can enable carrier label in the lock screen or always, or both status bar can be customized and you can enable that, and you can even set a custom carrier label, which is amazing. Clock and date setting, as you see, I have selected the center clock with center date and center AM PM indicator, so you can actually customize a lot regarding that. Notification settings, you can actually enable the expanded notification always or disable immersive mode messages. All of these options are enabled and you can enable that. These are working, and it's kind of strange to see that all the features here are working. I didn't find anything which is broken or anything like that. Quick settings. Now, quick setting option, you do have the quick setting panel, and this method of quick setting is what I personally prefer a lot over the CyanogenMod one, because you can add as many quick settings as possible and you don't have a different page to go to, and that is a really good feature. Now, I have enabled the 4 tiles per row enhancement, so that is pretty amazing. I really appreciate that. And also you can enlarge the first 2 row if you roll like that, so that is also available. Brightness slider, it can be customized. You can disable the brightness slider if you want more space for your icons. Vibrate on touch, you can enable the advanced location setting if you have that. Now, in the advanced style option, you can actually select if you want the status bar and all to be themed with the custom theme you want to enable. Now, this one uses CyanogenMod theme engine, so that does have a lot of features which themes the status bar and all that. Now, status bar items, you do have options to delete the status bar items if you don't want the hotspot or Bluetooth option, or let's see, you don't want Wi-Fi, you can just delete that. Now, something which I really appreciate is the status bar transparency application, which you can decrease the transparency of these icons, which is amazing. I really like that, and it works out pretty nicely. Time contextual header, you can enable that, and this picture will change according to the times. Traffic indicator can be enabled or disabled as what you want to have, and you can also customize everything about this. Auto hide arrows, all of that can be customized. Now, navigation buttons. Now, the button navigation does have a lot of options like reorient. You can swap the back and recent button here without much hassle. Also, volume rocker wake for the playback control, so that is also available. And disable navigation buttons if you don't want navigation buttons. Now, you do have option to customize everything like back button, home button and recent button to all 3 functions like single tap, double tap and long press. So that is amazing. I really like this implementation, much better than what CM has, which only allows you to customize home button and recent button. So yeah, navigation bar can be enabled, and you do have a lot of stuff there which I personally I'm not using, but still for those who do use it, it is available. Multitasking. The multitasking option, you do have app circle bar which you can fling up, and it will have a lot of applications. Gesture anywhere is available, and I really appreciate that. In the gesture option, you do have double tap on status bar to sleep, double tap on the lock screen to sleep. Gesture anywhere, again, one of my favorite feature in any ROM. So yeah, heads up display can be enabled, disabled. There are options for it, for whitelisting, blacklisting and do not disturb, so that is also available. Omni switch is something which is available, and you can enable that, and it has a lot of features. If I personally like Omni switch much better than the recent menu which other ROMs use, which is kind of lacking. It does have the normal recent menu and also slim recent, so if you are on that spectrum, you can use that and you won't be missing out on any. It does have multi-window which you can enable, and multi-window on the Marshmallow ROMs are not very useful and it's really buggy, so please don't use that. Now, it does have this theme engine which is basically the CyanogenMod theme engine. Now, XOUI is one of my favorite themes right now, and there are other themes like Hydrogen OS theme and Minimal theme and a lot of themes. All of them works, and it is really nice to see. Another thing about the theme is that there is an application here called U Certified, which is basically a guaranteed better themes available for this ROM. What it means is that all these themes have been checked by the DU developers, and they don't cause any problems visually in this ROM. Now, if you are a theme developer, you do have to ask them to audit the theme and add it in this application, so you can actually have that. It also shows you if the theme is paid and where you can get that in the Play Store, and you can actually have a bit of a screenshot and all that. So this is a really good UI, kind of what Apple does with their App Store. So yeah, just so you guys know. Now, rest everything is perhaps perhaps what you would expect out of any other CyanogenMod based ROM. You do have ambient display, you can enable that. You do have options for all the ambient display settings like fade out, visible duration, all of that is available. Prevent accidental wake up is amazing, and I really appreciate that. Font size can be customized, rotation can be disabled and enabled, so that is pretty nice. Dashboard columns can be customized to 2 view or with dividers, with switches or anything like that. Pretty nice to see. Vibration intensity can also be customized, so that is pretty cool. Sounds and notification, you do have almost all the settings which you would expect out of any other ROM, so nothing special in here. You do have notification light and you can customize for any application which you need, so that is also available. Now the battery life. The battery life is well, it's not the best, of course, because it is a hugely feature rich ROM. It's not the best for me. I personally had a much better battery life with many other ROMs, and yeah, I think that should sum it up. So I guess that much is it about the ROM in the settings now. So here is the Antutu benchmark score which I received, which is 130,000, which is on the lower side of custom ROM benchmarks. But honestly, when using the device, at first it was quite slow. That was because everything was syncing, my accounts was being syncing, I had to restore all my applications and all that. But after that it became more or less usable. It's not as snappy as I remember other ROMs are, like the CyanogenMod snapshots and the and my daily drive, which is Moki ROM. It's really snappy. This one is not that snappy, but still much usable. While playing games and all that, I didn't have that weird graphic glitches which I encountered with the stock ROM, like the 3.5 community edition, which had a lot of issues with the graphics and all that. I didn't have any of that issue in here, so I'd say the performance is good enough for normal gaming and normal usage section. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, let me show you guys the boot animation, which is pretty amazing. So here is the boot animation for the Dirty Unicorns. It's intense, it's kind of novel, and it's really long. And it just initialized. It was really long. I guess that should be it about the ROM. Let me just show you guys the camera performance, which is well, the camera app is not the CyanogenMod camera app, so this is a more basic Google camera app, so you do have that limitations to worry about. But the camera is pretty good. It takes pretty decent photos, and the photo is pretty useful. I mean, I didn't have any issues with the stuff on this on this camera, so just so you guys know. So here is the sample of what I just always show. It does have noise as always, but still it's much more usable than the initial CyanogenMod releases. So yeah, so I guess that much is it about the ROM. As a conclusion, this is a power users ROM, but it's not for performance, it's for features. It has a lot of features which most people can use, but even more people will never use. But for someone who is a power user, who does know how to make use of all these settings and all that, it will be a really great ROM. Battery life not very good, performance not the best, but this is pretty much the one. There are other ROMs like this also, like AICP, Tipsy, stuff from Validus. There are a lot of ROMs which has a lot of features, and this is one of those ROMs which does it excellently. So that is really nice. So yeah, I guess that much is it about the ROM. Hope you guys like the video. Please share, subscribe and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.